Welcome to the Accessibility Guide channel. This video is going to explain what alternate text is and how to apply it to Microsoft Word. Okay, I have a couple of different samples in this Microsoft Word document, and this first one is an image of some giant sequoias. We're going to assume that this image adds additional context to our content. And so an appropriate alt text for this image might be a forest with giant sequoias, the largest trees in the world, is a feast for the senses. The giant sequoia's red-orange bark is distinct among gray and brown bark of other trees. And there's some additional description here. If you want to learn more about accessibility, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. So I want to take this text that's underneath the image, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm actually going to paste it directly into the alt text. So to do that, I'm going to right-click my image, select View Alt Text, and then I'm going to paste my alternate text in this window. Now that we've already opened up the alternate text window, it's going to stay open. Let's go to our sample 2 in this document. And this second sample has an icon of a tree with some additional text in it. Now, most of the time, icons can be marked as decorative because this icon is not adding any additional value to my content. So the quickest method to mark this image as decorative is to simply select it, and with my alt text window already open, I'm going to select Mark as Decorative. Let's move on to the third sample. Sample 3 is a pie chart that contains National Park Service wilderness by category. Now, because this is a screenshot of a pie chart, I want to make sure that I'm putting in all of the data points and all of the text that's on the screen in the alternate text. So I've already typed out the description, which includes the title and all of the data points. So I'm going to copy this information, select my pie chart image, and replace the alternate text. Next is our fourth sample. What about shapes that are entered in Microsoft Word? These really depend on the type of shape that you're using, but this particular one, I did insert shape and I drew a square. This one actually does not need any alternate text. Sample 5, what about inserted objects? I have an arrow for sample 5, and this actually will need alternate text, or I can mark it as decorative. Again, it's all about the context. For now, I'm going to give it some alternate text, an arrow pointing to the right, because I want to go over another aspect of this. So we added the alt text to all of our images, but I want to take a look at another method, and that's going to be by running the accessibility checker. So if I go to the Review tab and then select Check Accessibility, it's going to bring up all of the errors in this document, and right now, this object is not set to inline. So sometimes what happens if you have an image, let's go to the first image on this screen. And if we change the actual layout of it, let's say we do through or behind text, this is going to give us an accessibility fail because our images need to be set inline whenever we're working in Microsoft Word. Now, the only way we could do something like this, where we have the image with a different setting from inline with text, would be to mark it as decorative. So I'm going to change the layout option to be square so that the text wraps around it. And then I'm going to open up the alt text menu and let's mark as decorative. And now let's determine whether or not we get an accessibility error. And we don't. You can have an image be decorative and have the text wrap around it. If you have the text wrap around an image that has a description, you're going to get a failure, and you need to set the image to inline. So let's go back down to our arrow here. If I wanted to get rid of this error for the object is not in line, I could mark it as decorative, or I could simply change the layout to be in line with text and leave the alternate text. So you just learned how to apply alternate text to images pie charts, and objects within Microsoft Word. Additionally, we covered how the layout options affect your images and how you can bypass certain accessibility errors by marking content as decorative as opposed to in line with an alternate text description. Thank you for watching.